onto the record of processing activities. The GDPR
Yes.
has a strong foundation of being able to demonstrate that you comply with the law. So accountability is a big thing, and transparency is a big thing. And the responsibility of being able to show that you comply with the law is with you. And the GDPR has an article in which it mandates certain companies to hold a record of processing activities. Based on the general idea of being able to demonstrate compliancy, a record of processing activities would be recommended for everyone, even if it is not mandatory. But it is mandatory in any way for controllers or processors with more than 250 employees. And if your processing is not occasional, it is also mandatory even if you have less than 250 employees. I think not many companies would have processing activities that are not occasional. So I think 99% of the companies would have to have a record of processing activities, if only it is because the processing is not occasional. So if you have a record of those processing activities, it needs to include who you are, so your name and your contact, the contact of your representative and your DPO. What are your purposes of processing, and the description of your data subject, so whose personal data are you processing? Are you sending it to other recipients? And are you transferring it to non-EU countries? These are important points to include. Also, the time limits for erasure are important to include, so you will have to have thought about how long am I going to save this information and how long do I need it. Also, to conclude, you need to have a description of the technical and organizational security measures you've taken to secure the personal data. These are the bare minimum requirements based on the GDPR, but I would recommend every organization who processes personal data to make an inventory of all the personal data that is being processed, where it is being processed, and what the legal bases are of the processing, because you will find that a lot of the personal data that you're processing is actually not even allowed to be processed. Also, lots of organizations most likely have a lot of old information that they don't necessarily need anymore and that could be deleted. This is, as far as I'm concerned, the starting point. Make an inventory and document everything you do. Henrik?
Yes, thank you, Marta. Yes, this is, I mean, the bullet, the rubric or headline for this slide was a record of processing activities. But yes, to table to records that you have to know what you're actually doing. So the review of to carry out internal audit of your processing is currently important.